Hey guys, Dimitri here. In this video, I want to show you exactly why you are stuck financially, okay? This is a case study video showing you behind the scenes of a client coaching session. If you've not been able to make the money you know you're capable of, this is going to be a crucial video for you. You see, here's the thing. Most people think they need the latest business coach, tactic or strategy to help them make the money they want to make and unlock that next level of income. But the truth is, none of that stuff matters once you've learnt the foundations. And if you're watching this and you are still not making the money you want to make, chances are you've invested, tens of thousands in mentors and business coaches. And my story literally resembles why this video is so important. The financial thermostat principle that you're going to discover in this video and the inner drivers, your intrinsic motivators, your hierarchy of values, what I call it is what you're going to discover here. It literally governs what you are capable of holding onto financially, what you're able to make and what you're able to keep. And my story, as I said before, resembles this. I literally went from homeless to making my first $1 million in 2.5 years. But I didn't rewire my subconscious thermostat. So even though I made money and I made $1 million in a short period of time, and I got to 100K cash months and built my business up to that point, because my subconscious was wired to 20K months, I literally blew all the cash, okay? And I essentially self-sabotaged and lost everything and pressed the reset button. That's why this video is so crucial, because if you know you're capable of more, you're going to want to give this a watch. So in this case study interview with Johan, we go through and we identify exactly why he's not making the money he wants to make. And we had a chat a year earlier. And even though he's made money, you'll see in this video, he's come back down after a year to his thermostat. So give it a watch right now and you're going to discover exactly why you're not where you want to be. And at the end of this video too, I'm going to give you the opportunity to get the values assessment exercise I go through in this video with you. So sit back, enjoy, and check it out right now. You said the only thing missing from your life right now is money, correct?
Yeah.
And that's why I'm focusing on this value elicitation. Because if you truthfully had a value on making money, like you said, 11 months ago, money wouldn't be an issue right now. So because it's not, we have to investigate. So what's really important to share with you is, and I put a note here, your values will always dictate what results you're going to get in your life. Your values dictate what you import into your life, what you bring into your life, or other people call it manifestation, what you manifest into your life. So let's actually look and see what you've imported into your life in the last 11 months since we elicited those original values. You didn't achieve that financial freedom, correct? So that means we have a low value on it. Starting a family, you achieved that goal. So you set a goal and you achieved it, yeah? So that tells me it's a high priority for you. Helping others succeed?
Not really.
Well, so let's look here. What brings me joy? Playing softball. You've achieved lots of goals in the last year, right? Didn't you win titles and you've also put on a shitload of muscle?
Yep.
Okay, so you've
Definitely.
imported that into your life?
Yep.
So
Absolutely.
far, looking at this, it's telling us starting a family is important to you because you've actually achieved it in the last 12 months. Um, Softball, you've achieved goals, which tells us that's important to you. Um, Spending time with loved ones, have you done that a whole lot?
Yeah.
That's
It's been
important.
getting better the
Yep.
older I get, definitely.
Plus Kristen, her family, that kind of thing.
Yep.
Wife, mum and grandma. So potential babies again.
Yeah.
Where do I have the most ambition in digital marketing? Right? I
Yeah.
understand the possibility of marketing. If I can figure out lead generation business, I will be able to make more money and grow my company. Okay, so how's that gone the last 12 months? Have you been
So,
studying every day, funnels and marketing?
yeah, no, definitely not. I have not been. I've been definitely slacking a lot. But like I said, what happened to me last year is I made more money than I've ever made. So I kind of got a little complacent, and I
Mhm.
kind of just like slacked a little bit. And now that the past couple months, I haven't been making as much money. That's what I'm starting to freak out. But yeah, I have
But if you had a
100%.
higher value on, bringing more cash in, do you think that you would have put more emphasis on optimizing, tweaking, going back and
A
forth
hu-
with me,
a
etc.?
100%, 100%. I just got complacent last year. I got complacent because I made a little bit of money. I thought I was cool, and I was doing cool stuff. Paying the bills, doing this, and just got complacent. And now that the money's running out, I'm like, oh shit, I got a kid coming.
Mm-hmm. So, real estate investing, have you achieved any goals yourself in that the last year or no?
No,
Cool.
I have
So
not.
that tells us that investing money and saving money for you isn't necessarily a high value. Is that fair?
Yeah, I mean, I think it is, but clearly it's
But
not
it's
because I'm
not.
not.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
That was kind of proving my point there on how there's a misalignment between what we thought the hierarchy was, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like the word is right. Like you said, my perceived values
Yes, versus what your actual
versus
value,
my
what,
actual
what you'd
values
like
are.
them to be, and
Hmm.
what it actually is. Like you'd like wealth building and making more money to be a value, but right now it's fucking not. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yep.
So
Yep.
this is what I perceive is your actual hierarchy of values. I would say for you, playing softball and gym to improve your softball would be number one, or it would be time with family, Kristen, mom,
I,
grandma, children.
I would say playing softball and gym, and you hit that. You hit the spot right there.
Okay, beautiful. Okay. So right now for you, playing softball and gym is definitely number one.
Uh,
You think about it all the time. You are the most
yeah.
consistent, reliable, and disciplined.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Definitely.
And the results are you've put on muscle, right? You've actually set it
Yeah.
and you've gone and achieved. Like we set that goal and you've actually gone and achieved it without me holding
Yeah.
you accountable. Like, dude, did you have the pro? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm very proud of that for sure. You know what's funny? Like I overlook that. Like I don't really think about it too much, but now that I actually think about it, it's like, damn, I was like 159, 160 pounds last year. Now I'm 180. And it's just, it feels good
I
doing
love that.
something and achieving.
So number two, I put here time with family, Kristen, mum, grandma, and your children, right? When
Yeah.
you're born, etc. Right? So right now, after playing softball, is the next thing that you import into your existence, you fill your time and space with, is it time with your wife and your family or friends?
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah.
Sorry, with family,
Yeah.
whether it's
I would
watching
say so.
TV with her, whether it's hanging out with.
Yeah.
Then number three, I put auto sales. So doing your job, right? Or you're self-employed.
Yeah.
Is that a fair assumption? You will always, right now, if we take the last 11 months, you would rather play softball and do gym. You'd rather spend time with family before auto sales.
Yeah. Yeah. I would say so. Yeah.
Is that a fair assumption?
It is a fair assumption for
Well,
sure.
I don't want any assumptions. Is this accurate?
No. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
By my actions and what I've been doing, yes, 100%.
Okay, great.
It's not,
So socializing, I put here social entertainment, TV shows, hanging out with friends and gaming.
yeah.
Would that go there or would it go above auto sales?
See,
Would you?
like when I think about auto sales, I'm not like crazy passionate about it. It's just a vehicle that I use to make money.
Yeah. So do you
So in
spend
reality, yeah, would I
time?
rather be gaming and watching TV than selling cars? Like, yeah, obviously,
Yeah,
like
but if we actually look at your life, are you spending more time? Uh, and are you thinking more about auto sales or thinking more about doing?
oh no, I'm definitely thinking more of auto
Yeah,
sales
cool,
for
cool.
sure.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
great.
yeah,
Perfect, perfect. Then I put here social entertainment. Then I put here making more money and achieving financial freedom. Or
yeah,
actually, I'm going to just change that. So I put making money here because the action of making money is separate from building wealth. For me, I made $1 million in 2 years, 2.5 years,
yeah,
but I didn't invest a cent of that in crypto assets. I reinvested into me and my business, but I
yeah.
didn't, so I didn't have a value on wealth building in the traditional form. So that's why I said
Gotcha.
I had a high value on making money, but I didn't have a high value on building wealth and achieving
Yeah,
financial freedom. So when you look at this, how does that feel?
it's definitely accurate, and it doesn't make me feel that good just because I feel like now my I should have a higher value on
Should,
making money.
should, should. So this
Yeah,
this is why I really want to stress this with you today, session one, because you'll see here language. Okay, I'm going to
Yeah,
explain this whole thing to you. But in your highest values for you is these two, right?
yeah,
Right. With your highest values are really these two here. Okay. Your auto sales right now, you only do that so it supports your family and it lets you spend time with them and provide for them. And you only do your auto sales so that you can then have money to put petrol in the car, to drive to the different events, the softball events, so you can buy your protein, so you can buy your gym stuff,
absolutely.
right?
Yep,
So you're only doing auto sales so that you can provide for your family and spend time with them and so that you can fulfill your softball goals, correct?
yep,
There's not
correct.
really any other purpose of you doing auto sales, is there?
No,
It's not your
fa
life's purpose. It's not what you're here to commit your life to. You're not building a legacy there. You don't want to build the world's biggest,
yeah,
America's biggest, or New York's biggest auto sales company.
exactly. You're right. Yep.
So you're only doing this to fuel this and this.
Yes.
Okay. So when you think about playing softball in the gym and doing gym, are you using language like I'd love to do this?
Yeah,
There's nothing
absolutely. I
more
love
that you would rather do. This is the most important thing to you. It's the most meaningful thing to you. It's the most intrinsic valuable thing to you.
yeah, I love doing it for sure.
Right. So see how we're using language there of I love to. So this is where you're most present, right? You have
Yeah.
a ratio presence of 1 to 1. You're in the zone. When you're playing softball, you're not thinking about auto sales, are you? Or
No,
when
I'm
you're
in
at
the
the
zone.
gym, you're not thinking about auto sales. You're not
Yep.
thinking about even the family. When you're playing softball, you're not thinking about baby or Kristen.
No, not really.
Exactly. So that shows us when you're living your highest value, you have the 1 to 1 ratio of perception, meaning that you are fully present and in the moment. Okay. So this just reinforces this for you. And when you're in your highest values, when you're doing softball and gym, are you using positive language like, I can do this? I have the skills and the knowledge and the talents to do this. I know I'm good enough. I know what I've got to do. I
Yeah.
am enough. I am capable, using those positive identities and beliefs.
Yes, absolutely.
Is it positive affirmative language that you're using?
Yep.
Great.
Every absolutely.
Great. So same with the family, you know. For family, do you love to spend time with them or is it more I choose to?
It's definitely I choose to. I mean, obviously I enjoy, I have a good
You don't
time,
have to
but
justify it. I don't give a fuck about justifying. But is it more, it's not I have to spend time with them,
no, yeah, I choose
or
to
is
for
it?
sure.
Is it I have to, or is it more I choose to?
I guess it's a combination of both,
Hmm. Hmm.
you know?
Cool, cool. When you think about auto sales and that aspect, are you using language like I desire to grow my business or I need to grow my business or I
I
need to
I
go
was
to
just gonna
work,
say,
I have
I was
to,
gonna
I desire
say
to?
auto sales kind of goes hand in hand with making money and I need to.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. I don't see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think, social would be more here. Like,
Yeah, I think I'd social would be the more I desire, hanging out with friends, gaming, watching TV with Kristen.
yeah, yeah.
I and I think auto sales is more. So I think I want to
So I
would be
want
making more
to
money.
launch the funnel, Dimitri. I want to update the copy. I want to change the messaging. I want to relaunch it, but there's
Hmm.
no trigger. There's no like, I want to, but there's no follow through. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
I want to put out more content. I want to, start being a bit of an auto broker influencer on socials, but I'm not doing it.
Yep,
I want to do this thing with my boss, but I'm not doing it. Is that fair?
fair, absolutely.
The desire is there to improve your auto sales business or career, but
Yep.
you're not pulling the trigger on it. And then the making money. So I want to make more money with it, right?
Yeah,
I want to launch the funnel. I want to start putting out content. They're the kind of actions in the business that you need to do. And making money, is it more of I need to make more money?
yeah, I think so.
It's something that you perceive you need to do, but it's not a value in itself. It's a means to an end.
Yeah.
You are making more money so that you can spend time with your friends and family, so that you can take care of Kristen, your mum,
Hmm.
your baby girl, so that you can do gym and softball, diet, nutrition, etc.
Exactly.
Okay. Then the whole wealth building, I should, I ought to, I'm supposed to.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this is pretty accurate.
So how does this feel? That you feel with certainty that this is your hierarchy of values? You find yourself using this kind of language with auto sales and making money?
Yep. 100%. 100%. Yeah, this seems pretty accurate
So
to
if
my
making
values.
money was a high value, and if growing your auto sales business was a high value, you'd be you'd be filling your time and space every day with, okay, I got to call that prospect. Okay, I've got to put
Yeah.
a piece of content to get more leads. Okay, I need to update the ad copy and funnel copy because it was 2024, now it needs to be 2025 copy, and then I need to update the copy so we're not attracting X person that we can't help. We're only attracting the 1%.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
this
the
this
evidence.
is where this is where I'm stuck.
hmm hmm So I just want to explain this to you as well. You have, and in the VSL that I've got here, I literally am explaining to you, we all have a financial thermostat, and that financial thermostat controls our reality. Okay? If your brain is wired for 20K months, or in your case, kind of that 6K,
Yeah.
if you make more than that, you come back down because that's where you're wired to. Okay. If you
Yeah.
go below that, you get anxiety until you get back to it, but they will never push beyond it. Okay.
Yeah.
And I explain that in this VSL. And ultimately, the reason why is because we have two regions of the brain. Okay. We have our amygdala, which is our survival brain. It's the part of the brain that controls our fears and doubts, hesitation and second guessing, impulsivity and self sabotage, and it keeps us in our comfort zone. So, in this area here, see this brain stem?
Yeah.
Yeah. Around
Hmm.
here, can you see my little hand? Yeah. Around
Yeah.
around this area, this is a not the most accurate way to show you, but around here, there's a little almond sized section of the brain called the amygdala. And that is single-handedly the part of the brain that controls our survival.
Yeah.
And for you, when it comes to making money and auto sales and building wealth, that comes from that area of the brain. This area of the brain is where you're most disintegrated. Your personality is split. This is where you are in that survival mode I talked to you about before. It's where you have the least energy. You're more in that fight or flight. Okay. And when you operate and you think about auto sales and making money and building wealth, this is where you're going to have the most disorder, the most chaos in your life. You're going to be the most scattered, disorganized, desperate, lazy, weak. For you, you put the word on the other document. You said not disciplined. You said like unreliable. Hey,
Yeah.
unreliable. You're going to feel dumb, procrastinate. You're going to be scattered. You're going to have attention deficit disorder. You know how people have ADD and they can't focus. You're going to
Yep.
the CBFs. I can't be fucked making more money. I can't be fucked reaching out to this person and doing a deal for them or going that extra mile to the deal for them. This is where you're going to feel like a follower or a failure when you operate from this part of the brain and when you're
Yeah.
missing these values. However, on the contrary, let's compare this to your top values. Really, for you, it's these two.
Yeah.
The other part of your brain, the most powerful part of your brain, what I refer to as your high performance brain, right? This is the underperformance brain. This area here, see the dark green?
Yep. I see
The
it.
medial prefrontal cortex, or what I refer to as the executive center. This is the part of your brain that is the high performance brain. You have two brains, systems one thinking, the amygdala, systems two being the high performance brain. When you operate and you are doing softball, gym, time with family, you're most whole, integrated, thriving, energized, and creative. When you're doing what you love, your energy is infinite and you have more money at the end of the day. Sorry, more energy at the end of the day. Okay, because you're inspired from within. For
Yeah,
you, with auto sales making money, building wealth, you're using energy from without. Your boss has to motivate you and tell you to do something. You know, if you don't have enough money to pay a bill, you're like, oh fuck, I need to do it. You know, that external bill or that external thing is making you work up the energy to do it. Does that make sense?
absolutely. Yep.
So for you with auto sales and when you think about making more money, do you find that these things drain you and they're not important to you and you experience a lot of emotional oscillations, highs and lows?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I wouldn't say that it's not important, but it definitely volatile and there's a lot of highs and lows. And yeah, I mean, you hit the nail on the head. The boss has to motivate me, and like
Mhm.
it's like that
Yeah,
for sure.
cool. So the difference is right now for you, these are more extrinsic motivation. Now, for this, you're going to be motivated to the degree that you're providing for softball and your family, right?
Yeah.
But because making money, more money than what you need to fulfill these two, isn't a value, and building wealth isn't a value, you got that threshold, that financial thermostat that I was telling you about. When you operate and you do these things, you tell me. When you play softball, do gym, training, nutrition, and time with family, do you find naturally you have infinite energy? You are really focused, you're organized, you're inspired, you're ambitious, you're strong, you're talented, you're intelligent, you feel
Yep.
productive,
All
you feel
those.
focused, you have attention, intention, and memory. You set goals in these areas and you achieve those goals.
Yeah,
Whereas,
100%.
whereas down here, you set goals, but you don't necessarily achieve them.
Yeah.
Think about it, your family and softball and gym and your health, do you naturally feel like you're a leader and you're wealthy and you're successful in these areas?
Yeah, 100%.
And in auto sales, making money, wealth building, do you feel more like you're a follow up poor and a failure?
Yeah, I wouldn't say necessarily failure, but yes.
In
I,
comparison
I
to this.
comp yes, 100%.
So this is the power of what your current reality resembles. How does this feel?
It feels correct. It feels like, yeah, this is exactly how I've been living. I guess a little disappointing in a sense, but but yeah, I mean I'm aware of it, so that feels good that I know that there's an issue. I'm definitely aware, but yeah,
So can you see how it's different to what we kind of elicited a year ago?
yeah, for sure.
So the question becomes, are you happy with this or would you like to change it?
Oh, I definitely want to change it for sure.
Hmm.
I gotta get in that green zone with the other
For
things.
for the making money.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, I mean, listen, that's been the story of my life. Like this is actually just completely hitting the nail on the head, and it's just somewhere where I always get stuck,
Hmm.
when it comes to the financial side and all that stuff. So yeah, that's been the issue. That's the thing that I don't know how to change. That's what I would love to change, and I know I need to, and I have to, but yeah,
See, I
that's
need
where I get
to,
stuck.
I have
Yeah,
to. You're still using
yeah,
this language.
yeah, yeah.
I need to, I should.
Yep, I'm supposed to.
Which tells us this is literally an intrinsic thing for you. It's
Yeah,
it's something you think you should do, but your being, your body, your soul, your subconscious mind, that's not the highest priority. That's why we've got to shift, and we can shift priorities, okay?
yeah. Good. I'm glad there's change to be made, and it's possible.
We will focus on this, but I wanted to really not sell you on this, but I wanted to just show you why your life is the way it is right now. Now, if you want to take this a step further, this is the real reason why your values are like this. Do you want to know why these are your highest values and not making money?
Yeah, sure.
And knowing this will allow us to flip the script and making money and building wealth and have you
Yeah,
that financial provider that you want to be.
yeah. I'm nervous for the answer, but let's shoot. Do it.
Your hierarchy of values, okay? This elicitation here. Value one for you is this. Value two for you is this. Value three, value four, value five, value six. Your hierarchy of values here, the things that intrinsically are most important, is all because of your past voids. Voids being the things you perceive were missing from your life
Interesting.
growing up and in the past. For you, playing softball, growing up, you put here that mum always wanted you to study, right? And you wanted mum to let you do sport more, didn't you?
Yeah, for sure.
It's here. I crave guidance on playing sport. Mum always wanted me to get good grades, focus on school, etc. She never really pushed me into sport as much as I wanted.
I always felt so again, I just never really like I played with like my neighborhood friends and stuff like a little bit here and there and I know that I was always pretty athletic and like pretty good at it. But again, I just never had anybody to like, take me to lessons or like make
Hmm.
me try out for a team
Hmm.
or like push me to try out for the high school team, or stuff like that. So freshman year, I tried out for basketball. And there was like 100 something kids tried out and only 13 made the team. So I was literally number 15 and that was the first sport that I like tried out for and I didn't make it. And because I didn't make it, I just didn't
What
try
age
out for
were you?
baseball. 13, 14. What, a
Mhm.
freshman in high school. What is that? 14? Yeah, so I didn't make the team. So, instead of having somebody come back, listen, we're going to practice, we'll try out next year. I had nobody on my corner to do that, so I just didn't even try out for baseball. I didn't try out for football. I didn't try out for anything else.
Your mum wanted you to school
Yeah.
and you were resenting that because you just wanted to play sport.
Yeah, pretty
And
much.
you tried out, but you failed. You didn't make the team.
The basketball team, which is like the first. So before even baseball season, basketball season was first. I used to play basketball too. And again, it was like 100 kids tried out, and I was number 15th, and only 13 guys made it. So I was like the final cut, and it was like so heartbreaking.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, and then I did try out for baseball the next season, and I didn't try out for football. I didn't try out for anything else
Yep.
because I guess I guess I had that fear of failure again, or whatever,
Mhm.
whatever was going on.
If you look here, when I say your voids create your values, right? The things most missing in your life growing up create what's most important to you now. So your mum suppressed you. She didn't let you play sports, right? She wanted you to do school, correct?
Yeah,
And you got knocked back and you didn't make the team at basketball. But then that made you more dedicated to training, did it? Did that make you more dedicated to playing?
yeah. So like I said, yeah, after high school, I like started playing softball, then I tried out for the college baseball team, and yeah, it just made me
And
like
then
fall in love with
you
the sport,
got
and
a
then I played
win.
all the time.
You got accepted. You became good enough, and people commanded you, and they celebrated your ability things. So then you
Hmm.
started to attract praise, and
Yep,
then that your identity became around that because you got recognition that you were good enough and you're making progress, etc.
exactly,
So that void
exactly.
of mum knocking you back, when you get good grades and you resenting her and rebelling against her and wanting to pursue sport, and then going down that route and getting some wins, you attached your values and your identity to that, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So
makes
the
sense.
void with mum became the value. And you
Hmm.
saw that you weren't good at school and didn't like school, but you saw that you liked sport and you were good at it. So then you dedicated your entire life, even to this moment, you're dedicating your entire life to playing sport.
Pretty much, yeah. And
Right.
and the same thing with time with family. I
Growing
I
up,
was void.
you
Yeah,
didn't have a
void. I was
family.
void of
You
that.
perceived mum was and dad split, right?
Yep.
So who do you blame for that?
Uh, I mean, I guess a little bit of both. My mom I could understand. She was super young, Again, she got pregnant at 19. She didn't know any better. She also remarried and then had my brother, but they ended up getting divorced. So then it was just pretty much my mom and my brother and me.
So, okay, so what I'm seeing here is you have your voids, right? Your values right now are the way they are from what you perceive as most missing from your life, as well as your greatest fears. Okay.
Ooh.
So, would you say you have a fear of repeating your
Oh
parents'
yeah. Oh
with
yeah. 100%. I always think about that. That's why I get so motivated to, having a family and like having like I've been wanting a kid with Kristen for so long. She's been wanting one too. So it's like, Yeah, definitely. Like I definitely don't want to end up like my dad or my stepfather, like walking away on a family and stuff like that.
What's really important to understand here is you cannot have a future fear. You can't have an anxiety of a future fear manifesting without having a past reference.
Gotcha.
So, what's really important for us, if you're wanting to shift your values and you're wanting to have a high value on making more money and building wealth and prioritizing that and enjoying that to the same degree that you love playing softball and you love spending time with your family, we need to go back to those past references around your childhood in relation to mum and sport and academics and your family dynamics. And we need to clear those things. And when we clear those things and you see the perfection in those experiences and you see how those experiences were on the way for you and not in the way, how they served you equally to the same degree they were a disservice to you, how you didn't just lose in all those experiences, you also gained. And we get you to see both sides of the coin, the positive
Yeah.
and the negative, the pain and the pleasure, the drawback and the benefit. When you integrate both sides of the coin and we go back to your past, we clear those, you integrate, that fear is gone, which means that you then open up the space in your mind to create the life you want. Right now, your brain is stuck in that amygdala, the survival brain, because of
Yeah.
those past references. And it's trying to preserve you every day. Softball is your outlet for fulfillment. You love it, you enjoy it. You kind of see work and the concept of making more money as the academics that you in your childhood. It's like you got to do it, but you don't want to fully push the envelope. Whereas
Yeah.
sport for you and gym and body, that's your intrinsic driver. That's what you're here to do, as well as family.
Yeah. Makes sense.
So if we want to have you have a higher value on making money, I want to look at why is money, making money and building wealth so low for you? Now, number one, logically, I know why, because you're prioritizing other things that you're more inspired to do. Softball, family, right?
Yeah.
Natural. But then what is, so I want to decompartmentalize the money side. What is stopping Johan from making more money?
Yeah.
And making more money consistently each month and investing more money each month and building wealth. And there could also be past references of failure. I know you mentioned the digital marketing agency, and you mentioned that you threw with a towel in with that after you got a few clients and then
Yeah.
you didn't pursue it. There might be some baggage there we need to look at, but I want to look there. I want to see what is actually stopping you from a mental point of view of making more money and consistently building wealth, putting money aside to build for your financial future so that you can become the millionaire that you want to be.
Yeah.
If we do those two things, basically clear your past baggage around family,
Yeah.
that's going to make you the best father you can possibly be and the best husband you can possibly be here and now and the most present. Then if we remove and we look and remove any baggage around the money, we've done our job.
Yeah.
That will create huge shifts in your life. But then from there, what we can do is we can reprogram your mind to see, you know how right now playing softball family, it's like where you're naturally the most energized, you're the most certain, confident, you're intrinsically inspired to do it.
Yeah.
What I can do with you is I can actually get your brain to associate making more money to those dopamine.
Yeah.
So I can actually lift the value of making money and building wealth to the same degree and have your brain associate the same chemical dopamine responses from
Yeah.
doing more in your auto broker business as softball. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Absolutely. And that's exactly what
Your
I need.
brain sees it the same way.
Yeah. Exactly. No, yeah, it all makes sense for sure. For sure. Yeah, I mean that's exactly what I've been, searching for and missing. Like, yeah, like why don't I put, I mean, I was void of money, growing up. I never really had it. So it's like, why don't I have that
As your number one?
as my number one?
Because what's more important to you? Having millions of dollars and unlimited money, or having a connected family that loves each other, respects each other,
Yeah,
and is present?
that makes sense. Like I never really like I guess like I didn't really think money, I was always like, oh, money's not everything. Money doesn't buy you happiness. Like I'm like that type of mentality, because I guess yeah, it's just not obviously family's more important
So your
to me,
greatest
all that
pain
stuff.
is the family. You have
Yeah.
the void of sport,
Yeah.
which is your fulfillment outlet. It's the thing that makes you know you're successful. It's for you right now, your softball and your sport and your gym and your body, your physique, and where you've got it to. That's giving you the most, that's giving you the greatest self-worth in your life right now. That's where you're like, I'm the fucking king. I'm the best.
Yeah,
Is that
definitely.
fair?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yep.
So you've already solved that, right? But for you, so I would say there's not really like a wound there. You're not like crying over the fact that in the past
No.
you were rejected. But that's
Yeah,
like because you've come so far with that, you've turned that void into a valley, you've turned that pain into a success. That's where your
absolutely.
self-worth is associated to. That's where you're like, I'm the fucking man. So there's not really like a huge pain there next. You kind of solved it. Like you're pretty fucking good
Yeah,
at softball by the sounds of things. And you put on a shitload of muscle in the last 6, 7 months. Like you're doing epic.
yeah,
Would you say you're
yeah.
basically as close to your potential as you could be with your gym and your softball?
I would say I'm up there. There's obviously more room for improvement, but I would definitely say I'm definitely up there. Yeah.
Like if you were never to play softball again,
I could retire happy.
could you retire happy right now?
Yeah, yeah, I would retire happy.
So
Can
that that's
hang my jersey up on the rafters. I'm good. I had a good career. So
that's
yes.
powerful. So that's where you're successful. That's where you've achieved, right?
Yeah.
But with your family, right? You've achieved, you've got a baby on the way, you're married happily, you've done
Yeah.
come so far, right? But that could crumble any second, right? If you
Yeah.
neglect, you know, you could end up like that pain of your family and you could have the same dynamics as your upbringing. Is that fair?
Yeah.
So that pain is still unconsciously in your mind. Softball is kind of like an end destination. You kind of know when you've achieved your threshold and you know when you've
Yeah.
achieved. With family, it could come down at any point, yeah?
Yeah. For sure.
So that pain of family, you're saying you asked me the question, why is the void of money not higher? Because of the pain of not having a family unit, a harmonious, thriving family unit is greater than the void of I need to make more money or I don't have money. Is that true for you?
Yeah, it makes complete sense. It does.
If we go and clear all the baggage around your family,
And that gives
that'll
room
pop.
to make, yeah.
And then if we then also clear all the wounds around money, that'll pop.
Yeah, makes
You'll
sense.
be intrinsically inspired to make more money and pursue wealth more. And if we also
Yeah.
get your brain to see how making money and building wealth serves you to the same degree as a softball from a neurological and a dopamine positive receptor point of view,
Yeah.
your finances and business will change.
Yeah, that's what I want to get to. Yes, I definitely. It makes sense. When you put it this way, for sure.
So there you have it. You've literally seen firsthand why Johan has struggled to increase his income and build wealth like he desires, and literally why you are stuck where you are. So, if you want to actually break through once and for all, and you want to earn what you know you're so desperately capable of, take advantage and click the link below and book in your complimentary neuro wealth recalibration session with me. I only have a few spots available. In this session, we're going to literally identify everything that is holding you back, everything that is sabotaging you and stopping you from shining your light, being your authentic self, and earning what you know you're capable of, and holding on to the money that you do make. So take advantage of this. Don't fall into what the mainstream wants you to believe, that you need the latest funnel, tactic, strategy, messenger script, or hire the best business coach. None of that matters, okay? What really matters is that you rewire your subconscious financial thermostat and you shift your values, you identify what your actual hierarchy of values are, which I'm actually going to give you on this call. I'm going to give you the worksheet so that you can identify your values. From there, we're going to know, okay, what is the current situation? What do we need to shift? Because if money is not in your top 3 and wealth building is not there, guess what? You're never going to get ahead. You're never going to achieve your goals. And also on this call, we're going to identify exactly what's holding you back. The past memories, the fears, the doubts, the certainties, the comparisons, the judgments, because anything ungoverned in your mind that is a past story mirrors forward to the here and now and literally controls what you're capable of earning. So click the link below, only a few spots there, and I look forward to meeting you.